All right, let's move on to the big man in the middle in Philadelphia, Joel Embiid. He's not just complaining about other people getting sick, he's also talking about his role in the Sixers offense. This is what he said. Take a listen.
I know what I'm capable of, and I know what my teammates think of me. I know I'm capable of carrying the team, and so it's all about me being assertive. If I feel like I'm not getting the ball, I just gotta, talk to them and, do what I have to do. Just gotta take matters into my own hands.
Perk, you were hot on this yesterday. You wanted to talk about it. Here's your platform. What did you make of what Embiid said?
Well, listen, what's known don't need to be explained. We all know that Joel Embiid is a generational talent, and we all know that the offense needs to go through him. But this is a conversation that needs to be held behind closed doors. The world don't need to know this. You know, Tobias Harris have come out publicly and said that they have been dealing with chemistry issues. This is something that you deal with internal. We are the focal point of that offense, but at the same time, they have other pieces around him. Ben Simmons, he could get going on the low block and then drive into the paint. Tobias Harris, who has been playing exceptional basketball this year, averaging just under 20 points and shooting around 47%. You got Al Horford in the All-Star, who was a former All-Star, who could also put the ball in the basket, and the kid Richardson. So my thing is, what if it's not your night, Joel? What if it's somebody else's night? Then you're going to have to find another way to be assertive and affect the game in other areas. And my thing is that here it is, this is a conversation that needs to be held with Brett Brown. This is not nothing publicly. We all already know this. The ball is going to go through you first. But what can you do outside of that? And keep that in-house, brother. Keep that in-house.
Well, I can just speak to the Joel Embiid I saw last year in the postseason. I covered the Sixers' run through the first 2 rounds, and they were 4 bounces on the rim away from being in overtime at a Game 7 with a chance to play in the conference finals. He was as dominant as any player in the Brooklyn series. He was as dominant as any player in the Toronto series. That includes Kawhi Leonard. The problem with him then was his body wasn't right. And so if he's used these 4 months to get his body right and he's taking care of his house, perhaps this is where this extra gusto is coming from, that he's like, I've really put myself in a place to give my very best effort, and I want the team to support that. But again, I agree with Perk here. The inner workings of chemistry in a locker room, especially for a team that has had those issues pop up time and time again these last several years, it seems to be he's throwing some gasoline on the fire, which is, kind of unnecessary in this situation.
I'm a big fan of reading between the lines, and I'll just say this real quickly. Earlier this season, when they asked Embiid was the problem with the play calling, he said, no, the play calling is fine. To me, that's a hint that my teammates aren't doing a good enough job of executing and getting me the ball. So that's something to keep an eye on as we follow the Sixers down in Orlando. The Lakers signed J.R. Smith for the rest of the season. With J.R. on the roster, the Lakers now have 7 players with at least 10 years experience. And entering the hiatus, they were the 3rd oldest team in the league. Dave, is there added urgency for them to win a title this year right now in Orlando?
Absolutely. LeBron James has pushed the idea of how long a prime can be, but he's 35 years old in year 17. And you're also talking about guys like Dwight Howard, who had a great Renaissance season, but you don't know how long he can keep it up. J.R. Smith, Rajon Rondo, Jared Dudley, Danny Green, go on down this roster. It's an old team, and they're all looking at it like this could be our last best chance to win a championship in our careers.
Yeah, they old, but listen, they got a lot of championship experience and a lot of guys that got chips on their shoulder. We talking about a guy in LeBron James who in year 17 is playing some of his best basketball. We talking about a guy in Anthony Davis who's finally 100% healthy and is ready, and who's also ready to play basketball. The best duo in basketball right now are those 2 guys, and I got full confidence in them. And Howard deciding to come back, raises the bar even more because he was playing exceptional for them, and I think he got it on his mind. He been to the finals before. Him and Anthony Davis together are the best defensive front line in the league, in my opinion. And now they added J.R. Smith, and I could just imagine with J.R. and Danny Green on the court together, the spacing and how wide open that lane is going to be for LeBron and Anthony Davis going down to the attacking the basket. So I'm excited to see this Laker team.
Yeah, I think, no
veteran
matter how
experience.
superhuman LeBron feels, you're talking about a guy who's in the 17th year in the league. Every day is a gift, and you got to take advantage of it. You can't take it for granted. You can't just assume you'll be fine next year. But, we'll see how it goes.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.